Hey folks, this is John Oakes here with Hankster's Hot Rods here today in our Homer City, Pennsylvania location, and we are getting ready to go over our newest addition to our inventory with you right now. That's going to be this car sitting right here behind me, and to give you a brief overview of the car, this is a 1966 Ford Mustang, and it is in fact the Fastback. Now this car, as we see it sitting here, this would be the factory correct color for the car. It is called Emberglo, and it is a really nice color on this car. As a matter of fact, the combination of the Emberglo along with the parchment interior on this car just make it a very classy looking Ford Mustang, or old muscle car, classic car for that matter, of any kind. Now again, the paint on this car looks really good. Now I'm not certain if this is the factory original paint or if it was a repaint, but all in all, it looks really good all the way around on this car. So again, that's Emberglo. Obviously, you can see that this particular car has the white GT stripes here added to it along the rockers of the car there to give it a nice kind of a, just to kind of break up the color there. Looks really good on this particular car. And again, we've got the Magnum 500 style wheels, the 15-inch wheels, along with that ever so popular BFGoodrich Radial TA tire there. And those are 205/60 R15s. Now, as far as the drive line on this car, we have a period correct 289 cubic inch small block Ford engine. Behind that is the C4 automatic transmission, and then of course in the rear of the car we've got a Ford 8-inch with a 276 gear, and that does in fact have the POSI unit in the differential there. It is a power steering car, and it is power brakes, and those brakes have been upgraded. This car here is utilizing a Wilwood power brake booster and master cylinder, and it has the upgraded Wilwood 4-piston calipers along with drilled and slotted rotors here on the front of the car. Of course, out on the back it is drum brakes as well though. Now, as far as our car goes and as far as our walk around, we'll go ahead and start with that right now. Of course, at the very front of the front fender, we've got the 289 badging here. So again, those badges are all in good shape as we walk around. They all look really nice. As far as on the back of the front fender there, we in fact have the Mustang emblem here, or logo, and we've got the Mustang 2+2 badging on the back side of the front fender. If we walk back a little further, now we can look at things like our door gaps and our elevations here. Again, the door gaps are very nice and tight here. Elevations are dead on this car. So again, your panel fitment looks very good here on the driver's side whenever you're looking at the fender to door and door to quarter panel relationship here. As far as our door handles themselves go, the bright work on this car, door handles are in really nice shape here. No pitting on those handles. We do in fact have both mirrors here, both the driver and passenger side mirror. The chrome finish on those round mirrors is in great shape. The glass is in great shape too. As far as the rest of the bright work that we're seeing over here, we first have our drip rail moldings here. Those are in really good shape, nice and straight, no dents or dings, polished up really good there. And as I run my finger through that rain gutter, it is nice and smooth also. Even all of your bright work or your trim up along the windows here is in really nice condition on this car, and the same goes for the glass here on the driver's side. At least there's no chips or cracks in any of the glass. That all looks good. Let's go ahead and open our door up and take a look at our interior here for the first time in the video. Of course, like I mentioned, it does have the parchment interior, which that would have been correct for this car. You can see that the seats, the vinyl upholstery there, all looks to be in really good shape. The carpeting looks to be in good shape too, showing I don't think I see any rips or tears, at least on this side here that we're looking at. We'll go over to the other side, of course, and take a look at that here in just a little. It's got the factory dash, factory instrumentation. It does have the rally pack gauges there, showing that it does in fact have the tack, as well as I believe believe the clock there, all on the actual steering column. Of course, it's got the wood grain steering wheel there, the 3-bar steering wheel there, all looks to be in good shape. Full length center console with that automatic floor shifter, and then of course it does have all of the seat belts, front and back. Now, other things that we always look at are going to be your weather stripping and seals up around the door frames here, and also around our actual door. And again, all of those weather stripping and seals are all in great shape here. We've got the VIN plate or your door tag. It is all there. The little rubber bump stops, those are all there as well. So again, this is the driver's side. All looks in very good condition here. So again, that closes nice and easy. Again, that just shows how well, you know, everything's been adjusted on the car. As we come to the rear of the car, quarter panel's nice and straight. The rear glass here, again, you've got that big kind of semi-curved glass back here, and that all looks good too. No chips or cracks anywhere in the rear glass. All of your bright work and trim around the window all look to be in good shape, all attached good and secure, and again, not showing any dents or dings anywhere there. Trunk lid. Trunk looks good all the way around. All your gaps and so forth around that trunk all look very uniform. Elevations as compared to the quarter panels in the trunk lid all look well too. As we come clear to the back now, we'll take a look at our tail lights. Both the lenses and the bezels are all in great shape. The bezels have no pitting in them, and the lenses have no chips or cracks in them. Nice chrome rear bumper. You also have that Ford Mustang gas cap back here as well. Now I'll go ahead and open our trunk lid up, and we'll see what the condition is inside. So first and foremost, the key does in fact work the lock. The underside of the trunk done in that same Emberglo as the rest of the car. We've got our trunk seals and weather stripping all looking really good here. No rips or tears anywhere, nice and soft. It's going to seal up very nice from the outside elements. And again, all of your water channels or your rain gutters here are all good and solid, and will direct that water away from the inside of the trunk there. As far as inside here, we've got a full set of floor mats. We've got a nice trunk mat, and again, with the Mustangs, your actual fuel tank makes up a large section of this trunk floor. So again, that's what you're going to see underneath here is the fuel tank as it mounts in from the top side. We do also have that full-size spare tire back there as well, just in case you would ever run into problems there. You've got that, and again, you've got your instructions up here for your jacking, and as far as the spare tire and so forth. So that's all good. We'll close this up. Again, that shuts nice and easy, and we'll continue around the passenger side of the car. As we get over here, of course, I'm going to look up the side of the car here and see that the passenger side is very, very straight on this car too. We don't see any waves whatsoever. As far as the door and the quarter and the front fender, everything all looks to be in perfect alignment over here, so it looks really nice here. So we'll come forward here. Again, we've already kind of mentioned the 15-inch Magnum 500s with those BFGoodrich Radial TA tires. We come up to our door now. We'll inspect those door gaps both at the back side as well as up here at the front, and again, those are very uniform, nice and tight. And again, all of your elevations all in alignment, all of your body lines all aligning as they should. Door handle itself's in great shape, no pitting on this side as well. All of your bright work here, your drip rail moldings, all of the trim around your windows all look to be in really good shape here, and the same goes for the glass on this side. No chips or cracks over here. The mirror is in great shape also. So let's go ahead and open up our passenger side door and take a look at the interior now from the passenger side. Again, we're just going to see more of what we saw from the driver's side. No rips or tears in any of the upholstery whatsoever. The carpeting over here, now you can see a little bit of wear on the passenger side, but again, for a 1966 Mustang, although be it a very low mileage Mustang here with only having about just a little over 9,000 2,000 miles on it, and that is original miles for this car. It is all in great shape. Again, the dash is all in great shape. There's no cracks or tears in the dash top. Again, same thing for that upholstery. It does have that fold down rear seat option also that makes things nice if you need to store something back there. Again, all your weather stripping and seals around the door frame all look to be in good shape. No rips or tears anywhere, even over here on the weather stripping on your door. And again, you still have those rubber bump stops over on the passenger side. We'll close this up. Again, nice tight fit, nice easy closing there of the door. You've got the fender mounted antenna, the matching badging here over here on the front fender as well, with those Mustang 2+2 badging, and then the 289 badging as well. As we come around to the front of the car, again, one of the first things you see is that nicely chromed front bumper. There's no pitting there, no scratches, no cracks in any of the finish there. Looks very, very nice. Of course, our grille here all intact. There's no breaks or cracks anywhere. Of course, you've got that pony emblem right there in the middle. Up on the leading edge of your hood, you do have the bright work, the trim here, which is in great shape. Of course, you got your lettering up here for Ford. That all looks good and all good and secure also. And then if we look at our hood, you'll see our gaps all the way around. Those all look to be nice tight gaps for the hood. Very good fitting hood. Again, this would be your stock hood for this car. One of the areas that we always look at on the Mustangs too would be back here where these vents are in the cowl section. I know this was a problem area for these cars. Sometimes you would get dirt and debris down here. They actually do have drain plugs in these that would sometimes get clogged up, and then that would cause water to pool in here and cause some rot issues. This, in looking at it, these are all good and solid, so we do not have those issues on this car. Everything looks to be in very nice shape on this car. The windshield, again, there's no cracks in the front windshield. That looks good. All of your bright work around here too. The trim looks in good shape too. No dents or dings, all securely anchored here. The wipers themselves, the arms are in great shape. Good set of blades on there as well. So the next thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and open our hood, and that way we can go ahead and start talking what we have underneath here as far as the drive line and some of the accessories. So the hood latch itself does in fact work as it should. Hood hinges and springs all functioning as they should by holding the hood up. If we look at the underside, we see it's been painted that same Emberglo as the rest of the car. So that's a really good look as soon as you open it up. Now, as far as that motor goes, as I mentioned, it is a period correct motor, and we'll start from the top and kind of work our way down. Of course, it's got some bright work underneath here to brighten things up. We've got that chrome air cleaner lid there on top. It does have the 289 decals on it. The air filter itself is in good shape. You've got the factory carburetor underneath here too, with the stock OE style intake there for the car as well. As far as the ignition goes, it's just going to be more stock OE style stuff here with the distributor and the coil both. Looks like it's had some upgraded plug wires on here. I'm just trying to see. These are Supermax plug wires, and they are 7mm plug wires, so that gives you a good idea of what exactly those are. All of our hoses all look to be in good shape. All the clamps look to be good. I don't see any leaks or drips anywhere from the top side here of the car. You've got a very nice aluminum radiator here with a chrome shroud, and of course you've got the steel, what do we got there, 4-blade, looks to be like a steep pitch fan blade there to help cool everything down. Along with that aluminum radiator, you've got an aluminum overflow tank there too for the coolant. So that's a nice package unit right there. As I mentioned earlier, this car does in fact have the power steering, and it's been upgraded as far as the brake system goes. We have the Wilwood master cylinder and booster back there to go along with those, the 4-piston Wilwood calipers and drilled slotted rotors on the car. Now, as far as as what we have behind that motor, again, as I mentioned, it is a C4 automatic transmission, and of course the actual rear end in it, it's a 8-inch Ford rear end, 276 gear with the POSI unit. As far as the rest of the car, we'll kind of briefly touch just real quick on the exhaust. It's stock cast exhaust manifolds, a full 2-inch exhaust on this car with a set of Magnaflow mufflers on it underneath. So that's going to give it a good sound and exhaust note there for you too, coming out of this 289 Ford. Now this is the point of the video where I always recommend it. If you're not on our website right now watching this video, I would always recommend you go there. That way you're going to be able to see upwards of 100 photos of this car all the way around, inside, outside, underneath. It's going to give you good representation of the car, and you can blow those pictures up too and really study them there if you'd like. As far as any parts and or accessories that you may not see on the car that you would maybe like to have added to it, if you're interested in this car, we always recommend that you reach out to us, you know, either by phone, email, or text. Let us know what it is you're looking to have added to the car. Just one thing I can maybe think of real quick off the top of my head would be air conditioning. Very popular addition that a lot of people make on these cars. So again, we do all kinds of installations. So just hit us up. We'll go ahead and get you pricing on the parts and the labor to do that and make this your own car. So with that said, we're pretty much done with everything right here as far as our walk around goes. We do have to go underneath it yet with you folks and kind of give you the tour underneath. So if you can bear with us for just a moment, we'll get this all closed up, get it on our lift here, and I'll be right back with you to go through the complete underside of this car. Hey folks, welcome back. We are now back here in our shop with our 66 Ford Mustang here up on the lift. So as always, we're going to go through the underside of this with you here right now, kind of go over, you know, hit on what components are underneath here, as well as the condition of everything that we're seeing underneath here as well. So starting at the front of our Mustang here, first thing I'm going to look at here is the bottom side of our radiator. Again, that's an aluminum radiator, and again, that is in all great shape. There are no leaks or drips on that radiator at all. Again, at the drain petcock, at the transmission cooler lines, and your lower radiator hose, those are all dry. All your clamps and so forth are all dry on there as well, and nice and tight. Back a little bit further here, we'll talk a little bit about the suspension and so forth that we have underneath here. And again, with the Mustang here, you typically have the strut rod style front suspension, and again, that's what these are right here. So those are nice and straight. Your bushings here for your strut rods, those are in great shape on both sides here too. 3/4 inch front sway bar here on the car too, connecting both corners here. Again, it's going to tighten this car up tremendously whenever you're doing any kind of cornering. It should feel really good and solid here. Your bushings at the frame, as well as your sway bar end link bushings, are all in good shape too. There's no tears, no cracks or anything like that in any of the bushings, so that all looks good. As far as your front control arms go, now these are going to be just stock, the stamped steel components here. Those all look nice, nice and straight, good and solid here. Ball joints all look to be in really good shape here. The little rubber dust boot covers are all intact on those, and that's going to keep that grease in, any dirt and debris out to help them last a whole lot longer. And then steering. Now this car is a power steering car. It has, I believe it was a, I think it's a Borgeson power steering box on it. So again, that's going to steer really good. You've got your drag link, your pitman arm, tie rods, tie rod ends. Those are all in good shape here. Again, all your tie rod ends have all those little rubber dust boot covers on them as well. As far as braking on the car, we do have power brakes as well. Now up front, considerable upgrade here to the front braking. ring. We do have a set of Wilwood 4-piston brake calipers on the front, along with a set of drilled and slotted rotors up front. So that's going to help you stop really, really good right there. Now on the back, you do have the drum brakes. We'll take a look at those here in just a little bit. And it is complete with your emergency brake all hooked up. If we come in towards the center of the car now, we'll begin talking about some of our drive line here, starting with the engine. So again, this is that period correct 289 cubic inch small block Ford engine here, all the way around our oil pan here. We are nice and dry. We're dry at the drain plug, and we are dry at the back of the pan as well. Back a little further here, our transmission. This is that C4 automatic transmission. Again, it does have the cover on the front there to protect that flywheel and torque converter. All of your transmission lines here coming back are all nice and dry. The pan for the transmission is nice and dry too, all around it. No leaks or drips. And then of course, all the way at the back here, your output shaft seal, that is dry here. And that's again where your slip yoke for your drive shaft slides into it there. Again, nice and dry. Transmission cross member is good and solid, and the transmission mount itself up there is in good shape also. Now again, on the Mustang here, you've got your frame rail sections here at the front. Again, good and square, nice and straight up front here, looks good. As far as the floors on this car go, you can see that the floors are in really good shape here. Now it does look as though they have been undercoated here, but again, it doesn't appear to me that anything has been really patched or there's no holes or anything in the floor. Everything looks good and solid. All of your little rubber plugs that should be in here are all in here. So again, that's keeping things sealed up nice. Your pinch welds and your rockers on both sides of the car here are nice and straight as far as the pinch welds go, good and solid as far as all of those rockers go. And then of course the exhaust, before we get too far, we do have the cast exhaust manifolds on the motor, 2-inch exhaust all the way back, crossover tube right here. And then we have a set of Magnaflow turbo style mufflers here. Now again, these mufflers are really nice shape. I believe these are stainless. So again, you shouldn't have too many issues there. A good solid muffler. And then of course the tailpipes that go up over top of that rear end housing and then exit out the back of the car with a nice chrome turn down exhaust tip. As far as the suspension on the back of the car here, we've got multi-leaf rear suspension back here. Got a set of Monroe shocks here. I believe the fronts are Monroe's as well. And then like I had mentioned earlier, we've got the drum brakes back here, all complete with the emergency brake all hooked up on this as well. Now our wheel and tire combination, I kind of waited to get to the back because it's the same on all 4 corners here. Now this is the Magnum 500 style wheels, the steel wheels here, and then the BFGoodrich Radial TA tires, all the same size. These are 205/60 R15s on all 4 corners. Now again, the rear end, the differential itself, this is a Ford 8-inch 276 gear with the POSI unit in it. Your pinion seals all look to be in good shape. There's no leaks there. Around your third member assembly here, that is nice and dry as well. And again, your drive shaft, that's going to be a balanced drive shaft. All the universals have all been checked over and they look to be in all good condition on this car. At the back here, we've got our fuel tank. And again, this is going to be a stock fuel tank, nothing special here. I don't really see any dents or dings here. It has been undercoated as well to kind of help protect it. And again, no dents, dings. All of your fuel lines are nice and dry all the way back, even at the sending unit itself here. And again, as we know with the Mustang, that fuel tank makes up a large portion of your trunk floor as it kind of drops in from the top side there of the car there. As I mentioned there earlier, we got the tailpipes with the chrome turn down exhaust tips, and that pretty much completes the underside of the car. Now, before we get to dropping this down off of our lift and listening to the motor, I do want to go over the fact that we are, in fact, an ATC trailer dealer. We've got multiple models here in stock, ready to be sold, ready to be utilized, ready to possibly put one of these classics inside so you can tote it around in style. If you're interested in a trailer, if you're in the market for getting a trailer, we've got enclosed car/race car trailers here. You can go on our website. You can get to it just through our regular car site by going to the inventory tab, clicking the drop down and clicking trailer inventory, or you can go directly to our trailer site at hankstershaulers.com and you can check out all of our available inventory, pictures, descriptions, pricing, all the options. It's all right there. And of course, if you're one of our car customers, we'll gladly work with you with the pricing there. Just feel free to reach out to us and ask us any questions you have about those. So with that said, let's go ahead and drop this off of our lift now. Go underneath the hood of the car. We'll fire this motor up so you get to hear what that 289 sounds like.